you come across a problem on Excel. It's hard, complicated, and you don't even know what to Google. So you probably just end up giving up or even crying. Well, I'm about to change your world because ChatGPT is actually quite good at solving Excel problems pretty quickly. So let's get into the detail. Why don't we start with the basics? I have this table here. It is a simple sales table. I have order date, sales rep, sales region, item sold, and total sales. So let's just say I want to do this. I want to sum up the total sales for only pencils that were bought, and I have no idea where to start. So let's open ChatGPT. You can go to chat.openai.com and sign up for a free account. Once you're on the home page, you can then enter a prompt. And this is where I ask ChatGPT to solve my Excel problems. For example, my prompt for this problem is, so I have a table which has order date, sales rep, sales region, item sold, and total sale. Item sold consists of binder, disc, pen, pin set, pencil. I want to sum up total sales for only pencil. How do I do that? And this is what ChatGPT says. Sure, you can use a SUMIF function in Excel to sum up the total sales for only pencils. Here's how to do it. Number 1, select a cell where you want the sum to appear. Then type in the following formula. Replace range with the range of cells that contain the item sold, i.e. binder, disc, pin, pin set, pencil. In your case, it would be the column that contains the item sold data. So ChatGPT continues to say, replace criteria with the item that you want to sum up. In this case, you would enter pencil in quotes, since you want to sum up the total sales for pencils. That makes sense. And then ChatGPT finally says, replace sum range with the range of cells that contains the total sales data. Here's an example of what your formula might look like. And then it gives me the formula. So using this, my sum range will probably be E2 to E44. And now if I press enter, it gives me the correct answer of 2,135,14. And if I check it, so I can check it by actually filtering item sold to pencil, and then selecting the total sale column and looking at the number at the bottom, we can see it matches up. So what we've done here is use SUMIF formulas with the help of ChatGPT to calculate the total sales for pencils. What if we want to use a good old if formula? So let's say I want to create a column called used for writing. And if item sold is either pen, pencil, or pin set, then the column used for writing must say yes. So in order to do this, my prompt for ChatGPT is, okay, so using the same data set, I want to create a new column called used for writing. And if item sold is pencil, pen, or pin set, then I want used for writing to say yes. And here is what ChatGPT responds with. Sure, you can use the if function in Excel to create a new column called used for writing that says yes if the item sold is pencil, pen, or pin set. Here's how to do it. Number 1, insert a new column to the right of the item sold column. And I'm also calling it used for writing. In the first cell of the new column, type in the formula below. Okay, so I am copying that formula and I am pasting it in my first cell. So this is what ChatGPT has given me, but I do know that my item sold column is not column A, it is column D. So I need to change the formula to reflect D instead of column A, and also I need to change all the commas to semicolons. Also, you'll notice that in the ChatGPT responses, ChatGPT always gives you a nice explanation of its solution as well. Okay, and if I copy this formula and paste it across all my rows and click enter, done and dusted. The column looks correct and it is giving me a yes result if the item sold is pen, pencil, or pin set. Okay, so we've got some pretty good results from ChatGPT so far. So let's do a big one. Let's do VLOOKUP. I have a sheet called email, and it has sales rep and email address. And in my data sheet, I want to create a column called email, where I want to bring in the email address that belongs to the correct sales rep. So I asked ChatGPT this. So in my Excel workbook, I have another sheet called email, which has a column sales rep and email. In my other sheet called data, I have the column order date, sales rep, sales region, item sold, and total sale. I want to create a column called email and bring in the email address that corresponds with the correct sales rep. And ChatGPT responds, sure, You can use VLOOKUP in Excel to bring in the email address that corresponds with the correct sales rep from the email sheet to the data sheet. Here's how to do it. Number 1, insert a new column to the right of the sales rep column in the data sheet. And in the first cell of the new column, type in the following formula. Equals VLOOKUP B2, comma, email A to B to false. Okay, quite a formula. Without even diving too much into the formula, I'm just going to copy that formula to my sheet and press enter. That email address is looking good. It's matching up. And if I just copy that formula across the rows, it all looks very good. So let's have a look at the ChatGPT explanation. This formula uses VLOOKUP function to look up the value in cell B2, which is the first sales rep in the data sheet, in the sales rep column in the email sheet. When a match is found, the formula returns a corresponding value in the second column of the email sheet, which is the actual email address. Now, the email column in the data sheet will show the email address that corresponds with the correct sales rep. So we've covered some very useful functions. Let's do the big one. Let's do macros. So in Excel, a macro is a set of instructions that automate a repetitive task. So macros are written in VBA, which is a programming language for Visual Basic, and it can be used to perform a wide range of tasks. So in my example here, I have an email sheet that consists of sales rep as column A and email as column B. Now in cell D4, I want to input a phrase. Then I want Excel to search column B for that phrase and highlight it in red. This can all be done in a macro. I asked ChatGPT this, and this is what it returned. Sure, you can create a macro in Excel for a phrase in column B of the email sheet and highlight any matching cells in red. Here's how to do it. Number 1, open the Visual Basic editor by pressing Alt and F11 on your keyboard. In the Visual Basic editor, click on Insert from the menu and select Module to create a new module. Just be mindful that you need to make sure that the Developer tab is available in your Excel. You can Google how to add the Developer tab on your Excel if you can't see the tab. And the last step in the new module, copy and paste the following code. And all I need to do now is save it, go back to my Excel worksheet, click on my Developer tab, click on Macros, select the macro, and click Run. You can see it formats my cells to red based on my phrase in cell D4. Now, if I clear the formatting, change my phrase in cell D4, go to Developer, click on Macros, click on Run, and now I get a new result. As you can see, this is a great way to learn Excel and tailor it to the work that you're doing. Just always make sure that your prompts are as detailed as possible. Don't worry about having too long prompts. There's no such thing when it comes to ChatGPT. The longer the prompts, the better your results.